Now, a Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
Hello once again, everybody. Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. After a tall drink of water, it's been a wild day of weather across the valley. There are still severe thunderstorm warnings left. The watches for North Dakota have been dropped. We have an update on that. A couple of storms out to the west. We'll show you the radar. Quick look at your forecast. Talk about what I expect to happen during the overnight hours. We're all but done for severe weather risk for tonight. It does look like, even the warning that was in effect for parts of Otter Tail County has been downgraded for many. So let's get to the radar first and foremost. And again, I want to thank each and every one of you for your trust over the years, and particularly tonight for stopping by and checking out Hutch's weather. We've had flooding rains. We've had tornadoes, big ones hit the ground. We're going to go over it all. Let's start with a look at that radar, though, first and foremost, because there are still some stout thunderstorms. Here is a look at our area. We do see showers moving out of the Fargo area toward Detroit Lake. They're garden variety ordinary thunder showers. So our northern reaches here, this is the Detroit Lakes area, southern parts of Becker County. Here's Fargo, Moorhead. You can see we do have some showers in our area. Down to the south in Richland County, we still see some heavy rain showers as this is continuing to clear the area. Lisbon, you're done. It's over. You can go to bed. There's a few sprinkles out there, and rightfully so. What a noisy day of weather for your area. Milner, it's all done there. Kathy, good to see you on board. Now, here's where it's strong. You see, just moving out of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, here was that. Well, it was a mesoscale convective circulation that was working its way through. It still has some punch, but only on the far south side, right here. This little sliver by Hutch's widget fingers. Those are moving through parts of the Southern Valley into west central Minnesota. So if you're in the Doran area, if you're in Campbell, if you're heading out towards the it looks like Tinta area, Nashua, those storms are strong enough to produce some hail, and that hail could be fairly reasonably sized. Let's get to the latest on the national radar here, or the National Weather Service's radar. We've got that backward C shape, some gusty straight line winds. There was a warning for this storm a little bit earlier, but looks like that was allowed to expire as we headed into the later evening hours here. So this is still stout. Let me tell you, it'll be up to 1-inch diameter hail, up to 40-mile-per-hour winds, and that's what we're looking at there. Check out the Wahpeton, Breckenridge area. Most of northern parts of Richland County here inundated with some very heavy rain, and it's going to take at least another hour for it to clear. Much more rain in store for you as that works its way through and processes out to the east. Dalton, you have some scattered showers, a little thunderstorm cell here with some pink in it, but it's waning as we take a look at the evening hours. That's a look at what's going on. Now, I mentioned that the severe thunderstorm watch was dropped for North Dakota, these yellow counties here in eastern South Dakota and southwestern Minnesota. That watch does continue, and let's get the timing for you here as we zoom in just a little bit. Pardon me. Long day of talking. Okay. As we take a look at the remaining watch in the Morris and Benson area, 56 minutes left in this thunderstorm watch as we go through. So that puts us close to midnight for you. Otherwise, it's been canceled in all other locations. Bismarck, you have a thunderstorm moving into your neck of the woods. This is non-severe. I don't expect it to be severe. We talked about this earlier. These are moving off to the east. You see these short white lines here. They're not moving fast as I take it you looking east at about 20 to 25 miles per hour. There's some small soft hail in these cells, and I'll get you the information. The max DBZ, that's the reflectivity in the storm, 57. The risk of hail not even listed. So the risk of hail in those storms at best is going to be the small pea-sized stuff. North parts of the Bismarck and Mandan area, it's coming down the highway curve there. If you go out of town on the hill, other than that, it'll be dropping into Bismarck and working its way through the north side of town. I don't think you see much of anything down in Lincoln or down at the airport. Northern parts of Burley County will see that storm move through. So that's a look at what we have going on there. Here is a look at the radar from the Mayville area, northwest Minnesota. Remember, I showed one model a bit ago. It showed that this would move up to the north and bring rain to the north. Park Rapids, here you go. A soggy soaker heading your way. Same thing for much of eastern Becker County. This is all going to be drifting east and northeast as we go through the overnight hours. The risk of severe here is no. On and off sprinkles in Gully, Minnesota. Thanks, Carrie. Quiet in Michigan, North Dakota. And I'm going to bed. Have a great night. Good to have you on board, Dan. Good to have you on board. Now, here's a look at where we still see the risk for some stout thunderstorms. Here they are. That's it. What is it going to look like as we go through the overnight hours? How much rain fell and where was it interesting? Well, a quick review. Here's a look at some video and photos shared. Let's just go to the photos, shall we, to kind of summarize this quickly. Thunderstorms earlier today in the Woodworth area of Stutsman County. That's the northwestern corner of Stutsman County. These cells off to the distance out here started towering up, and there's a little lowering of the cloud base out there. That's called a wall cloud. And that's not all that fell from that wall cloud. If you look closely here, you might see a tornado. Now, a funnel cloud is this, but when it's in contact with the ground, we have a tornado. And look at the rain. And this is no wimpy tornado. That's a big one. But if we get a big tornado in the middle of a field and it blows a few blades of grass around, we have no idea to estimate what the wind speeds were in something like this. So National Weather Service from Bismarck will likely go out and survey or look at this. But if all it did was rustle some, just seedlings that were planted here recently, I'm not going to have any idea how much. And the good news is no damage was caused by this. That is a large tornado. And there's another wall cloud off on this side, maybe a reformation of that same system. Cody, thank you for your permission to show your photos. This is another view of that dark wedgy or at least conical shaped tornado out there in northern parts of Stutsman County. That was earlier today. Now, we did have some hail reports here and there, but again, the rainfall was flooding in style. Let's take a look at that. Here's a look at the latest as we head to bed tonight. Rainfall. What did you get for rainfall? Drop me a line. Pouring in Barnesville, Missy says. I don't expect you, Missy, to get out there and check out that rain gauge right now. It's too wet if it's pouring. Look at this. Southern Stutsman County, Jamestown, 2.14. Southeastern Stutsman County, 2.56. Barnes County, a good third of an inch. I think there was even more than that in parts of the southern Barnes County area. We did get a good inch in parts of southern Richland County, 1.69 inches as we look up to northern Richland County, 1.46 inches out by Sabin, and Fargo, 1.05. How about that, though? Central parts of Clay County, 1.72 gully washing inches of rain. It's just now beginning to rain in Becker County. Otter Tail County has showers that are continuing to move through the southern part of the county. You'll likely see some additional rainfall there for the upcoming couple of hours. But that's how it looks this evening. Look at the rainfall up north, 1.67 inches in western Walsh County there, north of Lankin. We had 49 100ths to the south of Cavalier. Looking up near Walhalla, 34 100ths, and look at Towner County, some gully washers there from some strong thunderstorms. Out to the west, the lighter colors indicative of hundredths of an inch of rain instead of tenths or a quarter inch of rain. Pouring in Barnesville seems to be slowing down a bit now, says Jenna. Thank you very much. Heard loud crackles, almost like it hit a tree somewhere close. It possibly did. Coming down real good, Jared says, in DL, and it's good to see you on. Thank you, Jared. I sure appreciate you. Just spent some time this weekend. There's a beautiful street fair out there, and the weather on Saturday, absolutely perfect for that. Here is a look again at our forecast. I'm just going to do this before I end. We have showers and thunderstorms. A couple could be strong to severe. We're talking Grant County and Wendell has a strong thunderstorm making its way in, and these are moving off to the east. Airedale area and Evansville heading out towards Brandon on the I-94 corridor here, another cluster of strong cells. So Grant County is going to see some exiting and some entering as the heavy rain and maybe even some hail will work its way through. So you look up to the north, Lake Eunice, Frazee, southern Becker County getting hit pretty good with some heavy rain, as is the Park Rapids area. The motion of the individual cells is off to the east, but this whole line is going to kind of lift up to the north a little bit too. So you're going to get some rainfall up there in the White Earth area. Monoman, Nadawash, you're going to see some showers of rain. It won't make it too far to the north as we go through the overnight hours. So this is it for our severe weather risk. If you're down in Watertown, the I-29 corridor, we still have some stout to severe storms there working into Watertown right now for the Redland Art Museum. And we do have some showers and thunderstorms working through Wilmer right now. There is a severe thunderstorm warning for that as it pushes its way out to the east. These storms are heading toward the Twin Cities in the wee hours of the morning before daybreak, and we'll have some showers pushing out towards the Brainerd area. The risk of severe dropping off. Quick look at the forecast, so what you can plan on for tomorrow. I'm not going to go over a lot of details here because it's been a long day, but this is what I can tell you. The models are showing that our storm chances now are going to continue their trek off to the east. So I'm going to scoop my melon off over this way so you can see where these puppies are going to brew tomorrow. Now, let me pull up this other model here. There we go. This one goes out just a little bit farther so I can show you more detail about your, is it Monday already? Monday. Showers and storms tonight. Shift off into central Minnesota. Some make it as far north as the Highway 200 corridor, then it fizzles out. This is heading into your daybreak hours. Here's 5 a.m. Look at exiting the Twin Cities, all but done here. High pressure building in. High pressure is our friend. Tomorrow looks quiet. Look at this. South wind returns with low pressure in Montana. South wind warms us right back up. Temperature's not too bad. I'll show you the details on the temperature here momentarily. Tomorrow evening, after work, a few storms in the central part of the Dakotas will stream through. These at night could drift into the Devil's Lake Basin. So be aware, more soggy junk. I hate to call it that because we need the moisture, but I have heard from farmers up there, we're waiting to get in the fields, Hutch. We need it. It's soggy up here. Yep, it looks like another round of rain. The timing on this could move through the valley as we go through the overnight hours. So this is overnight, and this is your daybreak as we head into Tuesday morning. Okay, so it's a late night event here. What about your temperatures, you say? I'll give you an answer. Let's go ahead and cover that for you real quick. And then I'm going to sign off and sign out unless something severe pops up. This is a look at your temperatures as we go into the morning hours. We're talking at daybreak being in the 50s. Anywhere you see these orange colors here. It looks a little cooler up in the oil patch up here, upper 40s, not out of the question, but by and large, 50s to near 65 degrees in toward the Twin Cities where the showers and thunderstorms will make their way through. This is Monday morning. Now, as we go towards Monday afternoon, you see the heat building like a building thing, something being built that's getting constructed. All right, so let's take a look at this is midday. Look at the heat, midday 80s along I-90 in South Dakota. Hard to read these digits, but I'll read them for you because I have super duper good eyes this time of night after staring at a small computer screen all day. It looks like we're going to see temperatures in the 80s in South Dakota, but we're talking 70s here. So northwest Minnesota, where you see this little cool pool near 70. This includes Badette, Warroad, Roseau, Salal, Carlstadt, you get it, all them northern county towns. Thief River Falls, Crookston, Grand Forks, low 70s. Fargo-Moorhead, low to mid 70s here as we go through our afternoon. So the heat is on Bismarck and into parts of the Badlands in South Dakota and all across the I-90 corridor. That's a look at your day tomorrow. How about the winds? Well, if we look at those isobars on there, it's not looking too isobary and they're not too thick until we look out to the west in the afternoon hours. So this is your drive time home forecast. Gusty south winds in Bismarck, increasing south winds in the James River Valley and Devil's Lake Basin for the drive time home. That's it. Showers and thunderstorms late in our part of the area for tomorrow. In fact, overnight for some of us. The Devil's Lake Basin and into the James River Valley could see it by late evening. Is something in Horus happening? The winds just really picked up and seem to have changed direction. Andrea is asking. I'll go ahead and answer that, Andrea. Let's take a look. And what about the humidity? Well, Missy, the humidity, thanks to the fact that we've got all this recent low-level moisture in the morning, is going to be pretty ridiculous. The wind should be dying down, so we could have some patchy fog in the morning as well. Temperatures in the 50s, light to little to no wind, and the humidity will be high in the morning, very high. High enough for some fog in some areas, so keep that in mind. Thanks for the question. It helped me think of fog. Then, after we look at the humidity throughout the day, the rest of the day, the sun comes out, we're in the 70s, the humidity drops because the temperature's going up. But it's not going to really dry out because by the evening, those warm temperatures will feel nice, the sun will shine, and then late, increasing clouds. Somebody asked about what's going on in Horus. Let's go into the radar here real quick and I'll show you Horus. So that's a look at your forecast. Here's the radar. Horus's wind, we had another wave make its way through. It's kind of just meandering right around Horus. One exits, another one forms, another one forms. As these storms form, they collapse and gusts of wind come out of these high, tall cloud tops and produce some heavy gusts of wind. So that's probably why your wind is fixing to change or changing. And if I go ahead and put the plots of wind speed on here from across the region, I don't see anybody with too strong winds here. We do have out at Hector, it looks calm. There's no, oh no, pardon me, it's hard to read. It's hard to see. It's here and it's southeast at 20. So we got a southeast wind at Hector out there. Now, if we look to the west where things are clearing up, our wind is very light. We're talking 3 to 5 miles per hour from the south in Valley City. 3 to 5 miles per hour and quiet right now in Jamestown. So flood warnings continue in Jamestown areas as we've had a lot of heavy rain from Streeter in towards Cleveland in the Jamestown area. That is a flood advisory, I should say, not a warning. Flood advisory. That's your coverage. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. It sure is a pleasure to have you on board. We've had a very busy day of weather. As far as severe weather through the rest of the nation goes, we have a watch continuing in Grand Island, Nebraska, out toward Geneva and down towards Hastings. Get down into the Kansas area. Not Minneapolis, but not far from there. Beloit, we're seeing a chance for some thunderstorms there, but things are winding down there too. No warnings in effect. Way in the deep south down here, Alexandria and points north, Natchitoches severe thunderstorm warning taking place right now. These storms here are quite pesky and strong. We're talking 3/4 inch diameter hail and some gusty straight line winds as that storm is exiting the region. More strong ones out here towards Natchitoches. That's hard to say at this time of the night for Hutch. All right, that's a look at your weather. Good night, everybody. Thank you for your patience with me. And thank you for your reports. I truly appreciate all of you watching. I appreciate all of your two-way communication during these events so we can kind of keep up with each other with what's going on across our area. Thank you so very much for your support. I will see you here tomorrow. I'll have an update for you in the morning with regards to the chance of storms as we go into the afternoon. Hi, John. Good to have you on. Glad you found the YouTube channel. Tammy, good to have you on the YouTube channel as well. How's the weather in Wolverton? I haven't seen any wolves, but you know what? Things are starting to exit the southeast quadrant of North Dakota right now and west central Minnesota, but it's still some rain and thunder as we just showed you moving its way out. 1.5 inches on University and 52nd Avenue in the Fargo area. Thank you for the reports and thank you for checking in. I appreciate each and every one of you. That's a look at your weather. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Again, thunderstorms tomorrow, the risk of severe. If I want to put that up here for you real quick, I'll pop this up so you can see what that is across our area. Let's turn off our severe thunderstorm warning stuff here so we can see what's going on. And there we go. We'll turn off the watches and warnings. And now we're going to turn off all these dots where the radars are. And now we're going to look at tomorrow's risk of severe weather from the Storm Prediction Center. Here it is. Yes, there's a risk. It's in the deep south where we see these storms now. We are free and clear of severe weather tomorrow, the way it looks. I do think we'll have some garden variety thunder showers the way the thunderstorm forecast was for tomorrow, but that actually goes into Tuesday, as you recall. So we'll take a look at Tuesday right quick here from the Storm Prediction Center, and it has a marginal risk in the Minneapolis area and down towards Des Moines. That's it. What a weekend. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful night. Sleep well. And we'll be back again with updates. Remember, I'm here Monday through Friday, Facebook